If you are looking for a dash camera for security and safety reasons, this DDPAI N3 Pro GPS dual dash camera might be perfect for you because of its slick design and functional features. In this video, I will be unboxing, installing, and reviewing this dash camera. The installation of this dash camera will be professionally done with all wires hidden. The installation of an optional hardwire kit will also be done, and this kit will allow for parking monitor features to be available, which can provide 24-hour surveillance. You can purchase this dash camera on Amazon along with a 128GB memory card and the hardwire kit. Links for those items will be in the description below. Both the front and rear camera record in full HD, with the front camera able to record at 1600p at 30 frames per second, while the rear camera records at 1080p at 25 frames per second. The cool thing about the rear camera is that it covers the blind spot zone, which makes driving safer if you are using the app as your phone to view live recording while driving. The camera has a G sensor which detects sudden shocks or collision, which automatically locks videos on the memory card as important evidence for insurance. The camera is capable of loop recording, which deletes old videos and records new videos when the memory is full. The camera has built-in Wi-Fi, which allows for easy connection with your cell phone between 9 to 15 feet. And GPS capability for the viewing of route, speed limit, and driving direction. The camera has night vision capability and supports up to 128GB. An app is available for this dash camera which allows for changing the settings, live previews, and video downloads. Let's now look at some footages made by this camera. This recording was from the front camera about 9:40 AM on a cloudy morning, but as you can see, the sun was out. You can see the quality of this video is really good. This video was recorded by the rear camera that same morning at about 9:39 AM. The front camera recorded this video about 4:14 PM that same day. By this point, the sun was all gone and the sky covered with dark clouds. Still, this camera recorded great video in this condition. The rear camera recorded this video about that same time at 4:15 PM that day. The dash camera recorded this video about 6:18 that same day, and as you can see, it's very dark outside. Yet, you can see clear images of the surrounding. This video was recorded by the rear camera about that same time at about 6:18 PM. Now, take a quick view while all lights were off and driving in complete darkness. You can clearly see that the night vision kicked in. I can actually see more on the camera than with my naked eyes. This is the video for the rear camera that same time about 6:18 PM. So I can say this dash camera records pretty good videos in different conditions. So this is the box the DDPAI N3 Pro GPS dual dash camera comes in, and the hardwire kit comes in this zip tie bag. Let's see what's inside. There are two boxes here. This contains the rear camera and this contains the front camera. Right here is the GPS sticker, the user manual, and an extra two-sided front camera tape to reinstall the camera if necessary. This is the USB power source. This is a detachable GPS bracket with two-sided tape already installed. This is where the Type-C charger and rear camera will be connected. This is the main camera. At the front is a parking monitor indicator. Two speakers at the top right here. A LED working light right here at the back. Microphone right here and a reset button right here. The memory card slot is on the side. This is the USB power cable, which is more than long enough. Let's now see what's in the rear camera box. This is the rear camera with two-sided tape already installed. The rear camera wires go to the rear of the vehicle. Inside this box is an additional rear camera two-sided tape and a pry tool to tuck the wires away. In the hardwire package are 3 fuse extension tabs, of which only one is needed depending on the type of vehicle. The mini type is required for a 2014 Toyota Highlander or most Toyota motor vehicles. This is the main section of the hardwire kit with a Type-C power connector. This yellow wire is for a constant 12-volt power, The red wire gets power when the ignition is turned on. And this is the ground wire that should be grounded. Let's start the installation. Clean the area of the windscreen with rubbing alcohol to remove dirt and grease. Peel off the film from the static sticker and install it on the windscreen where the camera will be installed. Ensure that it's almost 2 inches away from the roof cover here. Install the GPS bracket to the camera by snapping in place and ensure that the connection ports are facing the roof cover right here. Remove the film from the two-sided tape and install the camera as straight as possible. Do this slowly. The power cable will run along this side. Start by connecting the cable, then run the cable to the power outlet. The cable is being run along the edge so it won't get in the way of the airbag if it is deployed. I can now run the wires along this rubber barrier here. Before running the power cable to the power source, insert the camera wires in the GPS bracket, then run along the roof here to the back of the vehicle. Let's finish running the power wires. I will use tie strap to hide these power wires under the glove compartment so they won't be seen. The camera is now powered on and it will greet you with "Hello Ding Ding Pie."
Hello Ding Ding Pie.
I think that's cute. If no memory card is installed, it will ask you to do so.
Please insert the SD card.
Let's finish running the rear camera wires. The rear camera can be installed on the back glass or on this panel right here. Let's clean the glass and install the camera at the center. Now I can connect the rear camera and tuck away the excess wire. Ensure enough cable is left out so the cable doesn't pull the wire off the glass when the trunk door is open. Remove the lens protector and adjust the camera so it is not pointing to the sky or pointing downwards. The rear camera will be properly adjusted using live recording from the camera. This LED indicates that the camera is working. A lot of people may stop here, but we can access other features by installing a hardwire kit. Some people might hesitate to install a hardwire kit because of the fear of the dash camera draining the battery. But those kits are old technology and this kit is designed to monitor the vehicle battery and shuts the camera off before the battery dies. I will get into this technology and how it works when I'm going through the settings in a bit. We need to locate the fuse box inside the vehicle. For this vehicle, it is close to the foot brake. Other vehicles may have the fuse box at another location. To open this fuse box, I will need to stick something right here and pull. So the cover is now off. To properly install this hardwire kit, we need to locate 2 fuses. The yellow wire should be connected to the fuse that give constant 12 volts, while the red wire should be connected to a fuse that only give power when the ignition is switched on. It is recommended to use fuse for components that are not essential. So looking at this fuse chart here, I can see fuse for AC and the ECU, which are essential fuses. These should not be touched. It's better to use fuses for the back door or the dome light. Now it's time to use a multimeter to test for a non-essential fuse that gives constant 12 volt power, and another fuse that only gives 12 volts power after the ignition is turned on. So the vehicle is now turned off, and I will need to test both sides of the fuse. This is a non-essential fuse, and as you can see, both sides give a 12 volt reading. Now let's find another fuse that doesn't give any reading. Here is one that doesn't give any reading. Now let's turn on the ignition to see if this fuse gives a 12 volt reading. And as you can see, I am getting a 12 volt reading. So this fuse and this fuse will be used to install this hardwire kit. Now it's time to remove them from the fuse box. I will be using the mini fuse extensions. I will connect this red extension to the red wire and the yellow extension to the yellow wire. These should be crimped to secure the connection. Now I can install these fuses that came with the kit. Each fuse removed from the box should be installed in the fuse extension. They should be installed right here, closer to the end. Now I can insert these connectors in the fuse box. Remember that the yellow wire should go where I got the constant 12 volt whether or not the vehicle is turned on. And the red wire should go where the power is only supplied when the ignition is turned on. Now it's time to find a good ground, and I see a stud and a nut right here. This is a perfect location. I will loosen the nut and fasten the ground right here. For some vehicle, additional extension wires may be needed to extend this ground to a good location. High straps will be used to secure this fuse box cover here so it doesn't get lost. Let's now run the wires to the camera. I like to connect the wires to the camera first, then tuck the wires away. So as you can see, the hardwire kit is professionally installed. After inserting a memory card, the dash camera will tell you that it is initiating and the memory card should not be removed at this time.
Memory card is initializing. Please do not shut down or remove the card.
After the memory card is processed, video recording will begin immediately. When the camera is recording, this blue light will stay bright and slowly dim. And this process will continue once the camera is recording. The rear camera LED light will stay on when recording. All the settings of this camera can only be accessed by the DDPAI app. Unfortunately, the app is currently not available for Android phones, and I will provide an update in the description as soon as it is available. The app is only available on iOS devices such as iPhones. In the user manual, QR codes are available to be scanned to go straight to the installation in the App Store. After the app is installed, the next step is to connect to the camera's Wi-Fi. Search for this and the password is 12345678890. This password can be changed in the settings later. Now I can open the app to access all features. Now the main display shows live recording and the camera can be switched from front to rear. Viewing the rear camera shows that the camera needs to be adjusted manually and also flip in the app setting. Now the camera is showing a great view. While driving, the app can be used to view your surrounding, especially the rear of the vehicle where a blind spot usually is. Let's now go through the setting of this dual dash camera. The first setting is enable H.265 video encoding, which is required to be able to play on most devices. Recording resolution can be set here. You can choose to display the date and time as well as the speed limit. Due to how the camera may be installed, it might need to be flipped vertically or horizontally. For the sound setting, the volume can be set here. The mic recording and startup tone can be enabled or disabled here. For the capture setting, here you can set the camera to record short videos up to 30 seconds when a picture is captured. The motion sensor sensitivity can be set to low, middle or high. This will automatically take pictures and lock them in the event of an accident. Let's now go to the parking monitor settings, which are only available when a hardwire kit is installed. The first setting is to tell the camera what to do after the vehicle is turned off. The options are time-lapse recording, which speeds up the stored video to save space. The next option is normal recording, and the final option is sleep mode, which is a standby mode which wakes the camera up in the event of an emergency such as collision. The sleep option is the best option for me. The next setting is very important, which is battery protection. This feature turns off the camera automatically when the battery volts drop to a desired level. High is recommended for very cold areas. Middle is for not so cold areas and low is for summer areas which are hot. It tends to be more difficult to start a motor vehicle in the cold weather. Notice that this app tracks the battery volts. From here the password name can be changed. From here the Wi-Fi password can be changed. And from here the memory card can be formatted. Here again guys are videos recorded by this camera. That was the DDPAI N3 Pro GPS dual dash camera. Let me know what you think about the features. Remember to subscribe if you have not yet done so. See you on the next one guys.